One of the most frustrating things about pursuing a dream, whether that's starting a business, whether that's starting a band, whether that's just doing anything that's off the traditional beaten path, is the lack of support from your friends and family. And you would think going in that your friends and family will be the first ones and the biggest supporters, your biggest fans. But then after you've done it for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, you begin to see that that's not the case. And so the big question is, why do my family and friends not support me? And the truth is, there's a couple of reasons. We're going to touch on 3 reasons today. The first reason and the biggest reason is they're intimidated by you. You know, everything that you achieve highlights their inadequacies. It eliminates their excuses. What do I mean? So let's say you and your friend decide next week you're going to start a diet, you're going to lose weight, you're going to start exercising every day, and you about your shit. So you get on it, you start your diet, you start exercising, and your friend, you know, they don't get on quite as hard as you. They have excuses, you know, they got kids, they got too much going on, they're too busy. And so you move forward and you do your own thing. You start to work out, and then the results start to show. And they haven't been doing anything at all but sitting on the couch, and now they feel some kind of way towards you because you're doing what you said you're going to do, A. And B, remembering that y'all both started at the same place. Every time they look at you, they see the success that they haven't achieved, that they could have achieved. They see the results that they could have had too, but they don't have because they didn't do what they were supposed to do. And that makes them feel some kind of way. It's really not even about you. So a lot of times with our friends and family, that's what it is. It's jealousy. It's envy. It's the fact that you had the balls to go and do something, and not only the balls to do it, but you also had the tenacity and the dedication to finish what you were doing, or to at least start producing results. And that makes some people feel some kind of way. The second thing is, it's kind of hard for your friends and family to accept anything less than the traditional path. And you know, it might be out of love for you, it might be out of fear, but they think, hey, you know, you're trying to go off and veer off and do these things, and you need to be going to college, or you need to be doing this and following this set of traditional rules and traditional paths that we went down, so you need to go down too. And if not, then I don't know, I don't understand what you're doing. Like, I'm sure anybody who started a business or did anything like that probably heard, what are you thinking? Like, you need to have your ass in school. And the reason is because it's hard to accept anything new, especially when it comes to parents. If that's how they did it, they think that's the best way to do it, and so they're going to push that on you. And when you go off and do your own thing and resist that traditional path, then it makes them feel uneasy. They still love you, but a lot of times they just think you're making a mistake, and that's just what parents do. Ditto for friends. If they're really close friends, sometimes they think they just know you so well that they just, you know, have your life figured out for you, and that you should listen to them. And in reality, that's not the case. It's your life, it's your path. Nobody understands your reasons like you do, and that's okay. So that's not of your making, so you can't fix it. And the third reason is just simply they don't know what it takes. They don't know everything that goes into pursuing a dream, especially if it's something that involves you making sacrifices, which most dreams do. They don't understand why you just can't hang out all night anymore, or, you know, go to the club or talk on the phone or sit on the block and smoke weed and play video games. They don't get it because they're not following that path. So to them, it might seem like you're changing, you're becoming Hollywood, you're going off and doing something different, and it makes them uncomfortable, and they just don't understand it. So it's hard for them to support you. At the end of the day, you can't worry about your friends and your family supporting you because they just won't. At least not at first. At least not until you built something and showed them and proved that, you know, you got something that's going on more than just talk. And in all honesty, you shouldn't rely on them. They're your friends, you know, but you shouldn't rely on them to necessarily support you. And I'm going to go into that in the next video. The question is, if you can't rely on your friends and your family to support you, then what do you do? The answer is you surround yourself with like-minded people. That's why mastermind groups are so important for business owners, entrepreneurs, or just anybody. You know, there's mastermind groups for anything out there you could think of. And I'm actually starting my own. I'm trying to launch within the next 30 days for that exact reason. People who are like-minded, who think like you, who have similar goals, who go through similar challenges, who will support you, because you're not really going to get that support outside of a circle of like-minded people, and that's okay because you don't need them. The key is to find people who go through what you go through, or who's been through what you've been through, and you need those people on your team anyway. You need those mentors. You need people who failed doing the things you're trying to do, so you can learn from their mistakes and you don't have to learn from your own mistakes. So there we have it, people. The 3 reasons why your friends and family will be the last ones to support you. They're possibly jealous of you, they're possibly scared or afraid for you, and lastly, they just don't understand what it takes and they don't understand what you're going through. So find you some like-minded people. Stay tuned. I will be dropping more info on my mastermind group, which will be launching soon. It's free to join. It'll be very good networking. We're going to have cool events, and it'll just be for anybody who wants to be a part of something bigger than themselves, full of people that think like them, full of people that go through similar things that, you know, will let them know you're not alone. So Libra Philosophy out.